Should the Niners pay Brock what he wants?
Absolutely not. No, they should not. If we're talking top of the market, no. They just shouldn't. Let me read off something to you. A lot of people, and I'm going to preface this by saying that I think Brock Purdy is better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. I want to preface this by saying that. Jimmy Garoppolo, though, played 2 full seasons with the 49ers. Besides that, he played a season with 11 games, and like the rest were like 5 or 6 or something. So 2 full seasons with the 49ers. In 19, Jimmy Garoppolo, 3,978 yards, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 69% completion percentage. That's with 16 games played. Jimmy Garoppolo in 2021, 3,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 68% completion percentage. That's with 15 games played. If Brock finishes out the season, he'll have 3,907 yards, which would be less if Jimmy played 16 games in 21, and it is less than 19. He'll have 18 touchdowns, which is less than both of Jimmy's complete seasons. He'll have 11 interceptions, but that touchdown-interception ratio is worse than Jimmy Garoppolo's both complete seasons. And his completion percentage is less than Jimmy Garoppolo's in both of Jimmy Garoppolo's complete seasons. So this is a really bad year. This is not as good as Jimmy Garoppolo when he plays a full season year. That's what we're looking at right now. And that's a scary thing for me. Beyond that, elbow injury, UCL injury, shoulder injury that I don't think is even healed right now. I think after the season, we're going to hear that he's been injured this whole entire time. That is concerning for a guy that does not have a strong arm to begin with. I would not pay Brock Purdy. I want to see it play out.
It seems to me like the reason people liked him to begin with is because he was throwing a lot of touchdown passes. Because in this offense, with this scheme and this play caller, like they can move the ball up and down the field. They've been doing it since 2017. But with Jimmy, even when they got Christian McCaffrey, they were settling for field goals in the red zone too much. And then Brock Purdy became the quarterback, and all of a sudden they were scoring 35, 40 points, lighting it up, having no problem scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Those days are over. He doesn't throw very many touchdown passes anymore. The red zone's a problem with him. Like his touchdown percentage this year is less than 4. Jimmy never had a touchdown percentage less than 4 when he started at least 6 games in a season. Like that's freaking Brian Hoyer stuff. That's like Sean Hill stuff. Yeah. So I mean, I don't really care what his yards per attempt are, or that that they're 8th in yards with him at quarterback. Like they're not scoring points. He's not throwing touchdown passes. He's got 20 touchdown passes in his last 18 games. That's awful. That's Daniel Jones stuff. So no, you can't give this guy all that much money. And I think what's interesting is, like, if this plays out like the Brandon Ayuk thing, where the Niners make an offer that they think is fair, and Brock Purdy thinks it's a slap in the face because it's not $60 million. Like, what do they do with Brandon? Right? He wanted 30. Their initial offer was like 25, 26,
24,
25. Okay, yeah. So Brock wants 60, and the Niners. Let's say the Niners' initial offer is 50.
Yeah, 50,
and it's $10 million short. And he thinks that's a slap in the face, even though 50 is ridiculous to me. I mean, it should be 45 tops. It should be nothing. Yeah. Anyway, let's say it's 45. Mm-hmm. Let's say it's 45. And Brock's like, are you kidding me? It should be 65. And I'm just like, all right, man, go look for a trade. Go find a team that is willing to give you $60 million and give us a first-round pick, and you'll be gone. Is it New Orleans? Is it the Raiders? Like, I bet you won't find that team. Because Ayuk could find that team. It was Pittsburgh, it was New England, it was Cleveland. There were teams that were willing to pay him. And so he could kind of prove that was his market. I don't know that Brock can prove that he's actually worth $60 million in real life.
I think the only team that would pay him that will be the 49ers, possibly. And I don't even know if they will, but they're the only team that would be imaginably in that range. Another thing, though, that I think we need to talk about is, coming into the season, a lot of us said, hey, what does he look like without the Avengers? What does Brock Purdy look like without the Avengers? Now we have a chance to see it. And the answer is not good. So when you pay Brock Purdy the amount of money they're talking about paying him, this is what the team's going to look like moving forward. Maybe not next year, maybe not even the year after that, but it's going to start looking that as time goes on, where you're not able to pay all these guys and have this amazing team around them. The team's going to look like it looks like right now. And is Brock Purdy elevating the team? Is he winning in spite of the lack of talent around him right now? He's not. And that's another concern. Like, the 49ers need to be very careful right now. I don't know if they will be, but I think they should. I think they need to.
I think the Niners are just so eager to make it seem like they have everything under control. Like they're, they have their Bill Walsh. They have their Joe Montana. They keep wanting to act like they're a superior operation to the one with the DeBartolos. They act like, they kind of lucked into Bill Walsh and a couple of Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but like business wise, they were a lemonade stand compared to our Fortune 500 company we got going on over here. And once we get our Bill Walsh, like we'll be better than them. And they act like they have it all figured out right now. And to me, they got to start over. And they're not willing to do that. They're increasing season ticket prices. They're selling the hope that they're there. They have everything, and they're just, piece here. I mean, to this day, Kyle Shanahan's talking like, man, we're just a few plays away. They're a few plays away from being 10-4 right now. Did you know that? They're a few plays away from being 10-4. It's like,
how many teams could say that? Like
every team.
A majority of them could say the same thing, right? That's football. I mean, it comes down to a few plays. The good teams make those plays. So I think this is they are going to pay Brock Purdy, and if it's not team friendly and it's not back end like intelligent, if Parag doesn't work his magic on the back end and make this seem better than it really is, it's going to end up biting him in the butt at some point. Because like real quick, like that $55-60 million number, I believe that's like 17-20% of the cap. So that's 1/5 of all the cap is going to be paid to Brock Purdy. And if that doesn't
can't play fans, if it's raining,
if that doesn't scare fans, if that doesn't scare fans, I don't know.
It's funny, like when we talk about firing Kyle Shanahan and like it gets, I'm all about it. And some Niner fans are with me. A lot of them aren't. A lot of Niner fans are. But when you talk about it on Twitter, fans of other teams will kind of be like eavesdropping and stuff. And they'll be like, huh? The Niner fans are really talking about firing Kyle? Yeah, do that. Like, we would love you to fire Kyle. We don't want to face him. We want him on our team, which is kind of funny to me. When you talk about paying Brock Purdy $60 million, fans from other teams are like, huh? Yeah, do that. Please do that. I'm dying for you to do that. Like, that's how you know you probably shouldn't do it. The rest of the league is hoping you do this.
Yeah.
Hoping.
Yeah. And the majority, 80% of the fan base doesn't want us to.
Dave Barclay says, G, your dad said it. Pay him his one and keep looking.
Yeah, I agree with your dad.
My real name says, I hate injuries, man. We could have got a Grendo almost every week. Yeah, but not this week. Not this week. Baby Radiant says, huge mistake if the Niners give him 60 million plus all day, every day. Kim says, give me half. I can't throw a wet ball either. Matt McEwen says, losing leverage the way Baker and Goff are playing. Baker lit up the Chargers today. Wow.
Yeah. And Lamar Jackson is showing you what a top paid quarterback should look like today. So is Josh Allen.
Yep. And JT Ray says, if the Niners are looking for a long-term guy in Purdy, don't see why they don't give him the Jimmy deal from 2017 or Baker's current deal. Well, we'll see what Brock really holds out for. Dave Barclay says, you see Lions-Bills game, Bills need to win it all. Matt McEwen says, Brock is just a more mobile Jimmy Garoppolo.
I mean, I showed you the numbers. The numbers speak. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo has had 2 full seasons with the 49ers, and those 2 full seasons were better than this current year with Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy played better than Jimmy in the year when he had prime CMC and prime Brandon Ayuk, but without those guys, he's not as good as Jimmy is.
Jimmy's last year with the Niners, he was 7-3, and his quarterback rating was 103. And his touchdown interception ratio was 4-1. Like, that's way better than Brock right now. Like, calling him the next Jimmy G is almost, he might be worse. I don't know what's going on with Brock right now, but his season this year, it's hard to overstate how bad he's been.
Although
David has some stats that says he's actually been really good. despite what everyone has seen.
He's been bad, and I do also think he is injured right now, and I don't think we're going to find out about it until after the season. But that's another reason not to pay him. Don't learn from what you did with Christian McCaffrey. That's a reason not to pay him.
Cody Karki says, I joined the Army and have been gone for the last 6 months. Missed pretty much all Niners news. What do I need to know about this season other than Debo is washed and Brock is going to be overpaid?
Absolutely.
Kyle Shanahan might be washed too, and so might Mike McDaniel. They're both 6-8, and their offenses don't work so good anymore. Nick Sorensen did a pretty good job this week, though.
And here's the other question regarding Brock, because it says, should the 49ers pay Brock underneath? What is Brock's game? What game did Brock just put the team on his back and win?
Thursday night.
Like he had an opportunity against the Rams in the first game this year, and he didn't seize it. Like, he's had opportunities. He had it just now against the Rams.
Dude, he put the team on his back and he whooped the Bears, man. Whooped them. Matt McEwen says Brock misses BA more than anything.
I think he does.
Yeah. 2023 BA was a special receiver. I don't know that we're going to see that player again. He definitely wasn't that guy this year. He needs a full off season to be that guy, and he's not going to get that this year either. Next year.
If he's that guy again, and it won't be next year, it'll be the year after, if he's ever that guy again.
Shady Luke says, I watch you and Jesse all the time. I just want to give Ryan a shout out. He's the only one I saw say weeks ago, look out for Philly. Have a good day, Sunday boys.
Right on, Shady.
Right on. Tony B says, I'd rather have Dylan Gabriel on a rookie contract. Do I know who that is? No.